Hey everybody, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me today. Our practice today is going to be an invigorating flow. So sometimes the day is busy and we aren't quite sure how the time went by so quickly. And we just have a short amount of time to get our practice in and to move our bodies, and we really want to feel like we got our heart rate going and that we did stuff. So we're going to be focusing on movement to really get our circulation going and strength and stamina as well. So we're going to actually start standing. So please come to the top of your mat and separate your feet about hips distance apart, and really just take a moment to plug your feet into the floor. Feel the strength of your legs standing tall. And just take a few really nice simple shoulder rolls. Nice big breath in and a little bend to the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Bend your knees, exhale, fold. Bend your knees a lot. This first one, touch the floor, let your head hang, maybe give it a little bit of a shake. And then step your right foot back into a lunge. Lift your belly up off your front thigh, lift your back leg towards the ceiling. And then right away, take the time to push your feet into the floor, hover the fingertips, plug the shoulders in, lift your belly, press the back of your head towards the sky, and then from there, pushing down through your feet so much that you lift all the way up into that high crescent lunge. Draw your waistline in, press your back leg up, bend your front knee deep. Feel your legs, feel your breath. Inhale, stretch up and back. Exhale, touch the floor, step back, little downward facing dog. Ride your inhale to plank pose. And we're gonna do 3 push-ups here. Go low, try to keep the shoulders back, belly in, and as you push the floor away, squeeze your arms towards each other, push back to downward facing dog. Nice breath in here. Exhale, step the other foot through to lunge. Same thing as before, lift your back leg, lift your belly, push down through your feet so much the fingertips come to a hover, head right in line with your spine. And then lift all the way up into that high crescent lunge on the other side. Again, reestablish the lift of the back leg, lift of the waistline, bend through the front knee, reach up and back, big breath in. Exhale, touch the floor, take a big step forward. Knees can be as bent or straight as feels sensible for you. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Everybody, please put a little bend in your knees here. Exhale, float your hands up to your hips. Again, draw the ribs in, draw the shoulders back, press your head back. We're going to take a few breaths here. Let there be as much weight in the balls of the feet as the heels, and then push your feet away from each other. When I do that, I really feel the muscles in my side seat fire up. Lift your belly, interlace your hands together behind your head, and then press your head back to come all the way up. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. This time, step your right leg back first. Come to a lunge. Again, lift your back thigh. Squeeze the legs towards each other. Puff your back up towards the ceiling. Lift your belly, lift your belly, lift your belly. So curl into yourself like a turtle moving into its shell. And then push the feet away. Lengthen the spine. Lift the heart. Let's do that one more time. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Exhale, lift your belly. Lift your belly. Dome through the mid-back. And then inhale, push the feet away, get long from head to heel. Plant your hands, pull your left heel towards your sitting bone. Pull the bottom ribs up. Press evenly through the inner and outer edges of the hand. Lift your back thigh up just like you did for that lunge. Hold here for a few more breaths. 3, breathing in. As you exhale, pull the knee forward, squeeze the heel up, lift the belly. 2, 1 more breath. Use your whole inhale, step back plank pose, soften through the shoulder blades, broaden the chest, exhale, lower all the way down, all the way. Sweep your arms by your sides, point your toes. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your legs, spread your toes. Spin the inner heels to the ceiling so your kneecaps are looking straight down at the ground. Take 1 more breath in, reach both ends out and up. Exhale, lower down, hands to the floor right in line with your heart. Lift your belly button. Inhale, push up to your hands and knees. Curl the toes under. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Nice breath in. Exhale, step your right foot through to lunge. Squeeze the legs towards each other. Pull your belly button to the sky. Dome round like that Halloween cat, and then push the legs away. Draw the shoulder blades on the back and lift your heart. And let's do that one more time. Exhale, pull everything in and up through center. Lift your pelvic floor, lift your belly button, lift your bottom ribs, curl into yourself, and then from your center, expand. Press back and up through your left leg, forward and up through your heart. Draw in, plant your palms, squeeze your heel to your sitting bone. Here we are in core plank on the other side. Now pull the knee forward, squeeze the heel towards your bottom, and pull the bottom ribs up so much, really pushing down through the hands. Few more breaths here. Inhale, back leg lifts. Exhale, 3. Breathing in. Exhale, 2. Notice if your elbows are locked. Breathing in, you want that breath through the elbows, and out, 1. Inhale, step back, top of plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down once again. This time, bend your knees, reach your arms back. No need to reach for the feet. Imagine that you're making footprints on the ceiling. Shoulders back, head back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lift your knees up off the floor. Try to make footprints on the sky. Feel everything in your back body turn on and light up. One more breath. And then straighten the legs, bend the elbows. You can really feel the muscles of my upper back here. Bring the hands down, bring the feet down, lift up, keep a tiny bend in the elbows, slide your throat back so you're looking straight ahead. Slide your shoulders back, slide your ribs back. Lift your low belly, you're gonna roll over your knees. This is mega core strength here. Curl the toes under, and then come back to downward facing dog. And take the time to settle into stillness. Feel your heart, feel your breath. Float the armpits away from the floor. Hollow the low belly in and out. Now you can enjoy a few more breaths here, or if you want a little more buoyancy in your practice, step your feet a little closer together. Lift your gaze to the space between the hands. You can even shorten up your down dog a little bit, and then bend your knees. And just take a moment to shift the weight back to your feet, forward to your hands, back to your feet, forward to your hands. And then you can turn these into tiny little hops, right? It's very invigorating to hop in this way. And I really like to hop up on an exhale because I can find my abdominals a little bit more. So let's just do 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Hop your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow in. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, sit low, hands to heart, little twist to the right. The elbow is just gonna tap the outside of the knee. Inhale, unwind, reach up. Exhale, here we go, second side. Inhale, unwind, reach up. Come slightly out of your hot seat. Exhale, down into the fire. Twist. Inhale, unwind, reach up. Exhale, here you are, second side. 1 more time to each side, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and last time. Breathing in. Exhale, go ahead and fold. Straighten the legs as much as feels reasonable for you. Strong quads here, head heavy. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back. Lower all the way down. And then flip over onto your back. So I'm going to change my angle so you have a better view of how the legs should be positioned here. So lying on your back, you're going to bend your knees right over your hips and have your feet slightly higher than your knees. Arms out to the sides, hands just slightly below the shoulders. Now draw the shoulder blades on the back, press the back of your head into the floor, and then take both legs over to the right just until you feel your core engage. Right? It doesn't have to be all the way low. Right? If you want to test where your strength is at today, you take the legs a little bit lower. And then notice if the opposite shoulder, so if your legs are going to the right, notice if your left shoulder is starting to pop up off the floor. So find the muscles that draw the shoulder blade down towards the ground. And then inhale, lift your legs through center. And exhale, second side. So completely up to you how low down to the ground you go. Please keep the legs together. Please keep the knees level. So you don't want to end up with one knee way in front of the other. Come back through center. And then let's do 1 more time to the right. See if maybe you can take your legs a little bit lower. Feel your anti-rotation muscles. Relax the jaw, the tongue, the throat. Relax the eyes. One more breath here. Inhale, lift your legs through center. And then last time, over to the other side. Anchoring the right shoulder blade into the ground. Feel your waistline. Good. Inhale, unwind. And then exhale, bend your knees and release your feet to the floor. I'm gonna come back this way on my mat. Good. So just coming to this neutral position. You're gonna heel toe the feet all the way together. Draw the right knee in. Interlace your hands behind your right thigh. If this is a reach for you, you can use a towel or a belt around the back of the leg. And just flex your right foot and point just a few times. And then flex the foot, kick your heel towards the ceiling, and imagine that the pelvis is coming to neutral. So instead of completely rounding your low back into the floor, see how the leg comes closer here, but that means that you're getting this motion here from your spine, from your back, and not from the actual hamstrings and the hip, right? So find more of a neutral pelvis, kick up through the heel. Just a few more breaths here. Feel your heart. And then you're gonna bend that knee, release that foot to the floor, second side. So again, I'm not pulling the leg super close into my chest, I'm actually pressing the leg away from me, but against my hands a little bit. Point and flex the foot a few times, and then extend. Neutral pelvis. Breathing into the whole of the back of the leg. And as much as possible, release through the jaw and the neck and the shoulders. Or if you feel that your shoulders are super rounded here, you can slide something underneath your head, even if it's your own hand. Another breath here. And then bend the knee and release that foot to the floor. This time, go ahead and do interlace your hands together underneath your head. Angle the elbows slightly upward, so the arms are creating kind of hammock for the head. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Now this is really helpful for avoiding neck tension. Press your head back into your hands. Press your head back into your hands and use the abdominals to lift up. It doesn't have to be high. Think breastbone to the ceiling. So it really is up, not forward. You're lifting up. Pull the ribs in and down, and then one at a time, lift your knees to tabletop. Extend the legs as much as your hamstrings will allow. You might be here. This is why we did that hamstring stretch. You're going to lower your left leg slightly to the floor, stay in a small controlled range of motion, and then twist your torso to the right. So the left elbow is moving to the right knee. And then inhale through center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, so a little bit of scissoring legs. Exhale, lift your tailbone, lift your breastbone, and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Slow, controlled movement. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Last one. Inhale, center. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, lift straight up. And then bend the knees and release. Just turn your head to one side. Take a nice breath in. And out. Turn your head the other way. Releasing any tension that might have crept up in the neck. Turn your head back through center, draw the knees into the chest, and then start to rock lengthwise on your mat. One more time. Good. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot through to lunge. This time lower the back knee down. And as you lower the knee down, scooch it a little bit further behind you. And then push the front leg straight-ish. You might, hang out with your knee slightly bent. You're still getting a nice, decent stretch. And then come in and out of that a few times. Right? So you're kind of coaxing the hamstrings open, right? Romance them with your breath. And the next time you ease into a more straight leg position, lengthen from the pubic bone to the throat, almost like you're trying to get your breastbone to touch your big toe. Keep the legs strong. Exhale, soften the elbows, melt the shoulders, the neck, and bow in. And stay low for a nice big long breath in. Maybe open your mouth and let it out. Inhale, lift your heart, bend your front knee, lift your back leg, and just switch through downward facing dog. Back knee lowers. You really got to work to keep the back leg firm, back buttocks firm. Walk the back knee further behind you. Push the front leg into a straight-ish position, and then just go in and out of that a few times. And of course, it's always nice if you're moving with your breath. Front leg towards straight, as much as feels reasonable for you. Create a lot of length, and then bow in. And one more time, a lot of length. And bow in and stay low. Big breath in into the whole back line of the body. And let it out through your mouth. Let something go. Inhale, lift your heart, bend your front knee, and then step back to downward facing dog. Come through plank pose, and then go ahead and step your feet to the outsides of your mat. Feet outside your mat. Lift your thighs, lift your belly. Step your left foot all the way over to the right. So you're gonna actually stack your foot on top of the right foot, and then step back to the left side of your mat. Now stack your right foot on top of your left heel, and step. And we're gonna do this a few times. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Stay, bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, bring your legs a little bit closer together. Slide your hands back. Slide your shoulders back. Lift your chest up. If it feels accessible for you, press the tops of the feet down so much that maybe your thighs lift, upward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale, pull back to downward. Lift your right leg to the sky. This is where all that hamstring length that we were working on comes into play. Exhale, step your right foot through to lunge. Now, hop your back foot in and plant the back foot down. We're gonna come up for a moment. Take your hands to your hips, push into your front leg, come all the way up to stand. So, imagine a triangle of support in each foot. It goes from the big toe ball mound to the pinky toe ball mound back to the center of the heel. You wanna be able to find that in the back foot as well. So if you need to shorten up your stance, no problem. Triangle of support in each foot. Lengthen the spine, so actually pull your hip bones to the floor. Lengthen up and out of that. And then as you exhale, keeping the legs straight, keeping the spine long, hinge forward. Once you start to hear your hamstrings talking to you, you decide. You want to go for maybe 50% intensity. We don't all have a block. You can use a chair. You can actually rest your hand just below or just above the knee. Stay long, stay on your central axis, and then turn your belly to the right. You can use this hand on the opposite hip to maintain length through that side. If you like, reach your right arm to the sky. Inhale, create length from head to tail. Exhale, rotate. 3 more breaths. Inhale to unwind. Exhale, step it back to dog. Inhale, lifts the other leg up into the air, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through to lunge. Hop the back foot in a little bit closer. Come on up for a moment. Both legs straight. Can you press evenly through those 3 points in each foot? Create length and space and lift. And then exhale, stay long. So only lower down as long as you can stay through your body and as straight as you can through that front leg. And then start to twist. Watch out for the bottom shoulder. It's going to want to roll forward. Keep it tacked back. Turn from your belly, your waistline, your ribs, your chest. Maybe reach the opposite arm to the sky. Calm your breath, calm your eyes. On your next inhale, go ahead and unwind. Step back to downward facing dog. Lower your knees. A few rounds of cat-cow. Walk your hands back, come all the way up onto your knees. Again, squeeze your hips, pull them down towards the ground, and then lift up out of your pelvis. Hug the shoulder blades back, slide your throat back. So notice that you're not dropping back at the neck, right? Lift your breastbone up. The head only goes as far back as the chest can lift up. So maybe this is camel pose for you today. You can also take your hands to the thighs, thighs firm. If it feels like not a huge deal for you to reach your heels, you can do fingertips to heels. Keep lifting up. A few breaths here. Lips closed, breathe calmly through the nose. Next, exhale, as if there was a zipper at your low belly. Zip up, stack the vertebrae one atop the other. Untuck the toes, sit back on your heels for a moment. And take one hand over your heart, feel your heartbeat. Close your eyes. Give yourself a moment of silence to feel the effects of your practice. A moment of gratitude for your body. If you have time, please feel free to lie down and rest for a few moments. Or you can remain here seated with your eyes closed. Slow your breath down. Deliberately take a 4-count inhale and a 6-count exhale. 2 more times. And then connect to your center. Bring your palms to touch. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me practice today. See you next time.